did it. It worked.
Whoa!
It was out of range.
That's a smooth start. Hello everyone, welcome to essentially season 2 of Anime Amigos. We started
Post time skips.
post time skip.
Yeah.
I haven't got any time skip jokes ready.
Yeah.
But
These two have appeared.
Yes.
If you watched the very first episode,
That's right.
it was just me and Calvin.
They defeated us in battle, and then we joined the crew. That's what happened.
Yeah,
It's
basically what happened was Lizardmen from Overlord 2.
right,
Yeah.
we've changed the format for this is our best of winter. We've changed the format since last season. But since it's 1 year of the blog, I've got to get a lot out of the way because we've got 10 categories. But since it's 1 year of the blog, I've got some presents for everyone.
Oh, no.
I got everyone a copy of Junior
Oh, no way. I've been looking at
thank
this
you.
for ages. Cheers, man.
Look a bit
Oh, and by the way, I did it as an individual one. So, Elliot, I got you a pop of Yuichiro.
Ah, cheers. I've really got the demon version of it, but this is cool as well. Thanks.
Reece, I got you this.
Oh, thank you.
Secret.
In Japan.
And I got Ren the Fully Cool.
Oh, no way! Oh, that's so sick.
Woo!
Thank you, Carl.
I need to watch Fully Cooley. Isn't that like season 2? Isn't that
Season 2 and 3 are being in development
They're
right
on
now.
their way.
And the
I
film is coming as well, isn't it?
I wasn't sure if it was coming out this year or not.
Apparently it is coming out this year.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a lot's going on right now, I'd say.
I'll stick this on my player's handbook.
Oh, of course. Because we were talking about the anime fights, I brought up Seed Destiny. So the suit from original Seed. Yeah, the 3D
Nice.
Well, I didn't want to go as far as getting a Seed Destiny one because I thought you would probably kill me on the spot for that.
Very likely.
Probably, yes.
The weird thing is, I've been doing a lot of research for my book, which, by the way, is out in September. We now know, as long as I hit my goal deadlines each week, which I so far am.
You better give us all a copy.
Of course. We're going to have four words by these three.
Hey.
It's also the fact of the matter is, I was doing my chapter on Gundam Wing, and I had to watch Endless Waltz and watch a lot of replay. I realised Gundam Wing has aged appallingly.
Yeah, the pacing is horrendous in the original series.
And Katra is one of the worst Gundam pilots ever.
Oh wait, speaking of Gundam, here's something you'll like. There's actually a tabletop RPG I found recently called Mech Warrior.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking you might like that.
Yeah.
I really want to try that. I really want to get into tabletop RPGs. I've even got the D&D Player's Handbook recently.
So we've been doing a lot. We really been interested in the winter. The winter season, we really got into it because we've got our new format set up. We're not only just having 8 Anime of the Year nominees this year, one from each season, and each of our personal choice to go nomination.
Iron Blooded Orphans.
You cannot do Iron Blooded Orphans. Although we are getting.
No, you will likely be doing the new Gundam coming out.
Divers.
Yeah.
Which,
that's gonna be your anime of the season, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We got. Hang on, which one's that one?
Gundam Build Divers.
Oh, Build Divers. Yeah, I was about to say, is there another one out this year as well besides Build Divers?
That's what I said.
I think they're doing Build Divers to sort of like be that bridge gap, so we get a more light-hearted one, and then we're going to get a more serious Gundam.
Yeah.
Also, in my anime list, if you're watching this, I hate that, but if you are, please put the review of Cardfight Vanguard on your spring 2018. I haven't seen it anywhere. It's coming out in May, by the way. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to get these guys to watch it.
It's a reboot, so I might actually do that.
Yeah, it's a reboot of the original series, which I think is why the GZ was rushed, and I'm going to get to that when we actually get to that.
Right. Also, the format used to be we'd say our individual ones, and then we go into and then we'd ask about detail. This time, all 4 of us going to give our answers, and then we'll discuss all 4 answers, and then we'll do our.
I guess if we would like to say our runners up first, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, start with runners up and then go for the winning one, I think.
Okay. But moving on, before we do that, quickly, what were our thoughts on the season as a whole?
Hang on, first of all, shall we introduce ourselves?
Yes, of course. I'm Calvin Atkinson from the Active Film Society, and since we're doing since it's a 1 year, I'll say my best anime ever is Eureka 7.
I'm Reece, I'm the Gundam Guru, and my best ever anime is Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
To go in next, not
Me.
Well done.
Sorry,
Smooth.
I'm gonna change my title. I'm Ren. I'm the JoJo genius. But my favourite anime. I know shitloads.
Yeah, more like the Bloodborne basher.
Yeah, Bloodborne. Bad at the game.
Do not live with this man if he's playing Bloodborne.
And my favourite anime, I'm kind of put on the spot, so I'm going to go to Elliot first.
I feel sorry for your girlfriend.
I'm Elliot Chapman. I'm the Seraph of the End survivor. That means, yes, my favourite anime is Seraph of the End. And if you don't agree with us on this list, shut up. Just shut up. I am an anime reviewer. My opinions are more important than yours.
He's for the people that are watching this as a podcast, because I am starting to turn these into podcasts for the anniversary. I'm looking for some sites to flog them to. Elliot's just basically bashed his book repeatedly.
It's okay. I did it like that. I wouldn't hurt you anytime.
I think it's very symbolic of his hatred.
Winter. What do we think of the winter season?
Some really good highs, but some really bad lows.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
What it had good, it was great, but what it had bad,
you got Citrus.
Yeah, you got Citrus, Miss Kumi Loves Ramen.
Ito Junji.
Yeah, Rio's work is never done.
There was some really bad titles, but then again we had some great titles.
Oh crap, there was a Token Rambu one like sequel or spin-off that came out. I never watched it.
I mean, there was also one of the things I feel didn't get mentioned was a lot of the web exclusive stuff. So like the new Comedic Fate series.
Yeah.
That's actually all right.
About cooking.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. But we're going to be getting that throughout the entire year. It's the first day of every month.
Oh, right.
It's going to be out. There's going to be a new one out.
Something I wasn't very. I'm still annoyed with Netflix for not putting Fate Last Encore on.
Yeah, no, I'm really disappointed. Especially
I love Fate.
And also about not having Seven Deadly Sins come out.
Those are both very annoying, but at the same time, Netflix also significantly improved the season because we had Devilman Crybaby, which came out once. Violet Evergarden's been at least for us in the UK.
They've actually released quite a lot of new anime. Like they've even got silent voice up there now.
And Children of the Whales has just come out, fortunately. So I think.
And they put on Seraph at the end. Woo! Thank you, Netflix. And by the way, it's 2 seasons, not 1 season with 24 episodes.
Yeah, no. The weird thing is that's something to do with the way it's licensed. Oh, right. It's for some bizarre reason. But anyway, with Netflix, I would actually be very happy if they did a joint partnership with Kyoto Animation because they can do they've proven now they can do a simulcast. Yeah. And Kyoto Animation is the only studio. So I think if all the things that Netflix have been doing this season has been successful and they keep up with it, it could be very good for the anime industry because they won't do their shit like Fate Extra and Seven Deadly Sins. They'll keep doing stuff like Devilman Crybaby, Be the Beginning, which I didn't see.
I haven't seen that.
And I've heard good things about Evergarden. So they'll do more stuff like that and less stuff like that because we'll be voting with our wallets. But I mean, the great stuff of the season was great, and we'll be getting into a lot of it.
Yes, some really. I think we kind of discussed it a little bit beforehand, but like a lot of hits and a lot of misses.
Quick question though, because as I said, I don't have anything for most biggest disappointment. So can I change my thing to like my worst anime of the season?
We'll put it in as that.
Okay. So most disappointing / worst, I guess.
Yeah, my one in my case is just disappointing. If I was going my worst, I think I'd have to go with Miss Kusami Loves Ramen Noodles, which is out of all ones I saw. Because
biggest disappointment or worst anime?
Worst anime because it's.
I think I already know what all of your biggest.
I mean, as bad as Citrus is, at least it's only bad because of its concept alone. Kusami Loves Ramen Noodles is just so unremarkable in every sense of the word. Everything about it is just.
As I keep saying, it's like Food Wars, only it's focused on ramen and it's bad.
Yeah, that is it in a nutshell. It's basically the best way I describe it is it's diet Food Wars. Yeah. Except
it's not even diet food. It's not even diet Food Wars. It's like knockoff Food Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's Mr. Wimpy. It's like the Mr. Wimpy of Food Wars.
It's like if Monster Energy drink is Food Wars, then Miss Kozumi Loves Ramen is like, I don't know,
Zing energy from Aldi.
Some shitty one you get from Lidl.
No offense, Lidl.
No, actually, I'll take Lidl over Aldi any day. But
that's controversial.
It's okay. I like your Lidl. You make good pastries.
Moving on. Okay, well, first category is one we've been talking about quite a while, and it's one that's not going to play a part in my new scoring system. But we're doing because I think this season is very close. I'm implementing a scoring system, so we're doing our best holdover. So this was anything that was from a previous season, and the holdovers this season were pretty good.
Yeah.
I think some very interesting things. Black Clover was still going. Detective Conan came back, although none of us were watching it.
There are over 800 episodes in there.
And you don't have access to all of them in UK on Crunchyroll. Dragon Ball Super came to its end.
Yeah.
It ended, isn't it?
Yeah, it ended
For now.
Yeah.
Ancient Margus Bride came to an end. Mars Killing the Lion isn't over at the time of recording, but it's over in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the usual order. Reece, what were your picks for best holdover?
Okay, so fourth got Ancient Margus Bride. I thought it was good, but it just lost momentum towards the end, in my opinion.
I will discuss in a minute. Moving on.
Black Clover in third, because I thought that's really improved.
Oh,
Dragon Ball Super, and then in first place, March Comes In Like a Lion.
Okay, Elliot, you're up next.
I've only seen 2, I'll be honest, been seeing 2 holdovers.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same position as you.
Number 2 is Card Fight Vanguard GZ, and number 1 is Ancient Margus Bride.
Yeah, I thought for a certain you were going to pick Vanguard.
I'll explain.
We'll explain later.
As to why when we get to it.
Ren, what were your?
Well, I've been watching 3, but I don't think it's worth putting Black Clover on runner-up, so I'll
You can do. Just put at the bottom.
I don't want
Like with best male, I stuck one on the bottom just because it's someone to put on.
Yeah. No, I've got Dragon Ball Super as my runner-up. As good as the series is, I think it loses out to Ancient Margus Bride because I just think it didn't win as many categories last time, and I kind of want to do it justice by giving it best holdover.
Ancient. That's an interesting reason. I had Black Clover as the first runner-up. Second, the third place. Second place I'd go with Ancient Margus Bride, which was a phenomenal ending, but it kind of lost me in the middle of it. But that being said, I still think it's really good. And March Killing Like a Lion, which was astounding this season. Still really good. I mean, I don't think it reached the heights it did last season, but March Killing Like a Lion was fantastic for me. So Reece and me pretty much going with March Killing Like a Lion. What was the real highlight this season for you with this?
It's the whole bullying out with Hinata.
Yeah, that's kind of wrapped up this season. We got. Yeah. I feel like this season was trying to be a lot more light-hearted. This part was trying to be a lot more light-hearted than the last one, which kind of worked for me. I like a lot of Masters of the Line this season. I liked the arc around the older shogi masters, sort of like they're reaching the end of their time and having to pass on to Ray and his friends. And I found it interesting that this is the first season. Last episode we had the sisters interact with the shogi players, which has not happened yet. That's an interesting dynamic. Moving on to one we did all watch, Ancient Margus Bride was the other big one we all picked. Yeah. Top for these two. What's Ancient Margus Bride really done this season, which was really exciting?
I feel like it mostly it lived up to the continuation of the previous season. It did much of the same things, and I just think it was overall really good. I like how we got another new sort of antagonist, with the Ashen one.
Yeah, and I like the fact I actually thought Ashen was going to be an afterthought, but then spoiler alert, by the way. But then Ashen and Caphilus kind of merged together at the end.
I didn't actually expect that, to be honest. I was uncertain about what was going to happen with.
I wasn't sure if Ashen one was still just a bad person when he first turned Shisei into a fox, or whether it's just a prank or something.
Yeah, I thought it was just some dude who just turned up. But yeah, villain apparently.
He could be, and they're building him up quite.
Also, it's just me. Or did he have the Rennie gun?
Yes,
he had three. Really.
They're kind of building him up for a possible second season, which I really hope actually happens. We haven't had season 2 announcement yet.
I would like to get Ancient Margus Bride season 2, but the main reason I picked it for my favorite is because Card Fight Vanguard G said the second half was really disappointing.
You did the stardust.
Because the thing is, with Card Fight Vanguard, normally they have 52 episodes, and this one was only 24, and it felt like it should have been 52 because the second half felt very rushed, and even the second final fight against Geese, I read his card description, and good God, he is a most powerful card in the game. Like, literally, at the turn after you summon him, you've pretty much won. And yet, he was beaten, like, really easily. It wasn't even much of a final showdown. It was just like the fight was just happening in the background.
Yeah.
Well, the other holdover to talk about, the only other holdover that we were all watching was Black Clover.
I wasn't our man.
I kind of, the reason I didn't enjoy Black Clover is, I've been watching it kind of monotonously going through the motions all
Kind of like you did with Boruto.
Yeah, and I've just dropped Boruto now, so I mean, if this is a sign of things to come, then Black Clover doesn't look hopeful.
The irony is, I'm actually kind of enjoying it now.
Same, I am.
I mean,
I think it's got better.
I'll check it out again at some point.
But it's nowhere near Dragon Ball Super for me, which is, but again, with Dragon Ball Super, you know what you're getting, because it's Goku and friends conquer the universe, basically.
But I like the fact this season we kind of had, they've toned down Asta a little bit, they've built up the world a lot more, they've introduced some interesting villains.
Yeah, and some side characters and rivals.
Yeah, I mean, I did like...
So it sort of developed more from previous.
Yeah, and
last season.
what about, what was the name of the girl who's meant to be Asta's love interest?
Oh, I don't think...
Is that like sort of the royal?
Noelle.
No, Noelle, yeah. No, we actually met her family, who are complete dicks.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, we knew enough about, because one of her brothers is the captain of the squad.
Much happened with Yuno?
With
Kind of. He's kind of.
He's developing his powers. We're having some more explanations.
Okay. When is he going to become like Sasuke?
Well, he's actually a nice guy, it seems, so I don't think he's going to be Sasuke for a while.
Okay, well, we haven't got as much time, so let's move on to Super. What do you two think of the end of Super?
Oh, so good.
Yeah, such a satisfying conclusion. But
It was beautifully animated.
Absolutely brilliant. So, I think I'd actually go as far as to say it's some of the best fights in the series.
How powerful is Goku at this point now?
Stronger than gods.
Yeah, it's arbitrary.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, by the final scene, he's lost. So basically, I mean, if no one minds spoilers, I mean, I kind of showed you.
Yeah, sure.
Spoiler warning, just skip
Spoiler
to
warning
the
for the finale of Dragon Ball Super.
Just skip to the OPs.
Skip to the OPs.
Yeah. So Ultra Instinct is basically a power that Goku managed to master, and we'd seen glimpses of it throughout the tournaments of power. But in his final fight against Jiren, he masters the power and he basically just blitzes Jiren. Jiren doesn't even stand a chance. And we've seen Jiren literally flick people off into the distance, like, can be completely unbeatable, dodging without looking.
Jiren, is that sort of like that guy that looks like one of the Egyptian dog gods?
No, that's another god of destruction.
That's Beerus.
Yeah, Jiren is just like a huge white alien dude in a red and black suit, basically.
Alright.
He basically is the one that looks like an advert of contraception.
Yeah, Jesus. And yeah, so in the end of it, Goku receives feedback damage from overuse of Ultra Instinct.
Well, it's not just. It's from breaking his limits as well. Repeatedly.
Yes, and he just crumples under the stress and the damage. But then we see Frieza and Android 17 return from the dust, and Frieza and Goku sort of team up. And it's really cool because it's an image I didn't think I'd ever seen.
Frieza and Goku teaming up.
Yeah,
that is something
Frieza
you did
and
not
Goku
expect.
team up and they defeat Jiren. It's cool as fuck. But in one of the final scenes, Vegeta and Goku are training, and it's such a good throwback because the final scene of the show is the Vegeta adopts his fighting pose at the end of the Saiyan saga, and Goku adopts his fighting pose when they're fighting each other in the canyon, except they're both in Super Saiyan Blue. And but yes, in there, Goku states that he's lost the power of Ultra Instinct.
I actually remember reading somewhere in the Dragon Ball Super lore, which is at the end of Goku and Vegeta's life, they had one final fight, and in the fight it ended with the planet being destroyed.
Yeah, well,
that was the Dragon Ball Online.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. It would probably destroy more than the planet.
Yeah. He said that they supernovaed 5 stars.
Yeah, literally.
And destroyed several planets.
Considering Beerus and Goku were destabilizing the universe when Goku was in Super Saiyan God.
Yeah, but how many forms of Super Saiyan is that?
I don't know.
God knows.
Just measure Just measure the length of their hair, I suppose.
Okay, we'll move on to the actual things that were starting this season and what we can actually nominate. So, OPs. Not a great season for that this season.
I felt like there was some really good contenders, but overall there weren't really too many great ones.
There's one or two standouts, definitely. But
yeah,
nowhere near as good as Winter Season.
No.
That's fall season.
Fall season. I will say actually one thing we didn't say about this season is I think this has been the best winter season compared to the other two. But the point is with the other two, there wasn't as many great shows as this season. But that being said, at least this season wasn't defined by its sequels,
Yeah.
which other winter seasons have been doing.
Yes, but fantastic.
Really, last winter season was defined more by the sequels.
Yeah, much more. But okay, so OPs. We kind of liked them. So Reece, we'll start with you.
4th place, we got 7 Deadly Sins Season 2, because it's a song by Flo, so everyone's going to love it.
Come on, I didn't actually pick any of the ones that I didn't actually see. That's one I actually wanted to pick, but I wasn't able to see it. But I wasn't watching every week, so I decided it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, then Violet Evergarden.
Okay.
That was good. And Overlord Season 2,
Yeah.
which I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for.
No, I enjoy it.
No, it's on my list.
Yeah, I love that season.
And then 1st place, Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah.
No surprise there. So hang on.
So good.
So hang on. You said
It's
7 Deadly Sins season 2 was 1.
Violet Evergarden.
And then you get 2
Then
points.
Overlord.
3.
And then Darling in the Franxx.
I'm gonna give that to Laid Back Camp by accident.
Oh wait, do we only pick like 3 runners up, or is it top 5?
I've picked 4 runners up.
4 runners up, depending on how.
Okay, so yeah, this top 5 is okay.
What was your next one?
That was just on 4.
Oh, okay. So I'll up that. So 7 Deadly Sins now gets 2 points. Oh, hang on, no, it doesn't work like that because if you didn't, just to make sure there's no cheating. So 5.
Yeah, 5 to the winner.
5 to the winner. So that's Darling in the Franxx. Where is it? Oh yeah, wait, second from top. So right, that's it.
See, I haven't placed mine in any specific order.
Okay, no problem. No, okay, no, I wasn't really in my one. So I'm 1 point for a runner-up, 5 points for a winner.
Okay.
Or you're 3 for a winner, 3 for a winner.
No, I think 5 is a good round
Yeah,
number.
5.
Okay, sure.
Okay, we'll get back to your reasoning. Elliot, what were your ones?
People are gonna hate me for this, but number 5 is Citrus. I think the song's pretty good.
I haven't heard the song, to be fair. We'll go back to this.
Yeah.
I think the song's pretty good. But number 4 is Violet Evergarden.
No one more? That's interesting.
Number 3 is Overlord Season 2.
Overlord gets another one.
Number 2 is Fate Extra Last Encore.
Do you know what? Just for that, I'm putting mine in. I'm putting Fate Extra in just for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
then number 1 is Darling in the Franxx.
no one for Darling in the Franxx.
It's a good opening. It's a good OP.
No, I really like it.
So, my OPs, so Overlord 2.
Number 1 for
Surprisingly.
Overlord 2.
A Place Further Than the Universe.
First one for that one.
Laid Back Camp. Regardless of how much of a Jackson 5 rip-off it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, even I tweeted about that.
Yeah. Junji Ito Collection.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Because
that one.
the OP and ED are really strong. Number 8. In my eyes. And number 1 is Darling in the Franxx. No
Right.
surprises there.
Interesting, because I didn't put Fate Extra on here because I thought it wasn't fair to put it on since I wasn't watching every week.
I mean, I feel like even if you're not watching, it's still okay to consider OPs.
Okay then.
So where were yours? Where did you vote for?
Okay, I've got to now knock off one of these ones.
Do you want me to do the points module?
No.
If you read them up.
No, I'll get it covered. Okay, I'm going to stick with the ones I've written down, even though I think the Fate Extra one is really damn good. So I had Darling in the Franxx.
Is it runner-up?
Yeah, as a runner-up.
Oh.
Place Further in the Universe. Overlord. Was then Laid Back Camp. And my number 1 was Violet Evergarden. It was weird because Violet Evergarden did not impress me at the beginning of the season, but then as I progressed with it, I kind of enjoyed it more and more.
It got me in from the first episode.
I will say Darling in the Franxx is so far, but I want to point out the scoreboard is not the definite.
Yeah.
We can still overrule the scoreboard. It's more if we're really struggling with what we picked. But Darling in the Franxx, I did not expect all of us to pick it for our best OP except me.
It was an amazing OP.
Yeah, it is an amazing visual spectacle. The song really suits the show brilliantly. The post-apocalyptic environment.
Well, yeah, because the song is from the point of view of Zero too. If you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you read the lyrics,
It's basically her begging for heroes, actually.
It said at the beginning, sit beside me, my restraints start to crumble. So,
I hadn't even read the English.
I think it's going to be more. Do you know what's weird? I think it's going to be even.
So don't be afraid of me.
I think it's going to be even more symbolic by the time we finish Darling in the Franxx. I'm wondering where Darling in the Franxx is genuinely going.
I'll be honest, actually, I'm actually considering that Darling in the Franxx might end up becoming my favourite anime. I'm not joking. I think it's really good.
I'm seriously considering it as well, to be honest. I really, really liked Darling in the Franxx this season. But the OP was fantastic. That's why I got a runner-up for me. I think the reason why Evergarden did it for me was that song suits the show so amazingly.
It does.
I could only find the full version online, like on YouTube, the 4-minute version. And I really like the OP, but I think it works a lot better condensed into the.
Yes, I will agree. The second you get past the first verse and the chorus, it's screwed.
It does that with like the first Attack on Titan one as well. Like
it loses the impact, I think, almost. Sorry.
At least with Attack on Titan, it kind of does a bit of a prog rock thing going on, so it kind of works still, and they kind of change up the verses.
Yeah.
So in that sense, Attack on Titan would win that debate. But so at the end of that round, it's Darling in the Franxx is in the lead with 16 points.
Yeah.
Violet Evergarden's second, it's got 7 points, and Overlord 2 is in third with 4 points. But with those ones, did you guys really? Well, let's talk about some of the other ones. Overlord, since it's come third place on OPs alone, what did we think? I was actually really surprised how much I enjoyed Go Cry Go.
Like I will admit, I do still prefer the first OP to it. I think I'm one of the few people who do. Like, how many people actually prefer the first to the second? I'm not sure.
I do.
I prefer the second.
I think
I was so in the middle. If you'd asked me at the beginning of the season, I would have said definitely the first one. But now I've had more chance to really get into Go Cry Go, I'm half and half now. Yeah. But the weird thing is, I thought we were going to be Overlord 2 was over yesterday. I thought it was only 12 episodes long. I didn't realise it was going to 13.
Yeah. Really?
That face is going to haunt my nightmares.
Yeah. I'll just say it's the same as with summer, spring and fall. I only started watching Overlord 2 this season, and
you got a friend.
I friggin' love it. It's awesome.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's amazing.
I started it for the
like
season.
Albedo has become one of my favourite females.
I think. Do you know what's weird? Reece was the only one of us who watched this at the beginning of it. So Reece is we have to thank Reece for that one because we never would have watched it if it wasn't his recommendation.
I picked it up because I saw it was coming on to season 2, and I initially didn't think it looked all that good. I was like, it's just
another Sword Art Online.
Just an isekai.
I don't. The only thing I seen from it was the first OP.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was a game in one or anything.
Yeah. One or two of the fights I thought were quite engaging, but then I actually watched the series and I was like, okay, this is really good. I'm really excited for season 2 now.
No, I could have.
Do not regret watching it. At all.
No, I could have gone without the scene of Momoiga looking into that mirror. We all know how that turned out.
Yes.
You think?
To be fair. The thing is though, like I watched that bit at 1 in the morning, and I was just like
max
volume. I had to stop. I had to try my best not to just don't laugh.
Reece, Elliot, what are you doing up there? Nothing.
Which bit was just? I'm so lost.
It's a bit where Cocytus, before Cocytus was going to fight the lizard men. He was trying to see what one of the warriors was doing.
Yeah.
Hence why I said you think.
Yeah, sorry. Oops.
Okay, moving on. Let's move on. EDs, quick.
Yeah, let's move on from lizard porn.
We never. Well, we didn't start. Oh, never mind. We're down to this point anyway. EDs. We never normally talk that well about the EDs, but I think the ED, and even this, I had less ED runners up than I did OP runners up.
Yeah, same. The EDs I don't think really have much of an impact on me.
I disagree. I really liked a lot of the EDs for this season. I thought there were some quite strong ones. And
can I just say, there was one of them that was definitely going to be my ED of the season.
Oh, I know, yeah.
But it didn't for a very interesting reason, which I'll go into if anyone hasn't actually seen the series. So we'll start with you, Reece.
Okay.
Let's start.
In 4th place, I got Violet Evergarden.
Interesting.
Yep. 3rd, Black Clover.
Oh, I can't put it down because I'm not. It's not going for scores from this one.
Okay.
No holdovers.
No, we're not scoring holdovers.
Right.
Yeah.
Then Place Further Than the Universe. And then Overlord.
Nice.
Overlord was your winner.
Nice.
Well, it's Myth and Royd. You can't go wrong with that.
No, that's you're thinking of the first one. I think it's
second.
Second one's Myth and Royd.
Yeah, it's Hydra.
Ah, hell yeah! Friggin', I love Myth and Royd.
But the weird thing is, as much as I love Myth and Royd's ED for this one, and I've just realised I forgot to put it down as a runner-up. So
I won't admit, I do still prefer. I think the first CD of Overlord is probably my favourite of all time.
Yeah, don't you go, give me that love and
Passion.
passion.
Ah, yeah.
And just Albedo's face on that one. Yeah.
Just all about Beddo's faces.
Yeah.
Like seriously, her like.
I don't know what she thinks sexy is, but I think she's doing it wrong.
Like seriously, her and Light Yagami should have a face pulling contest. See who wins. Actually, spoilers. Light wins every time.
Okay, Elliot, your ones.
Number 8 is A Place Further Than the Universe.
Sorry, number 8.
Sorry, number 4. Don't know why I said number 8.
Number 8. You've been watching that episode of The Simpsons.
I don't know.
A Place Further Than the Universe. Okay.
Number 3 is Layback Camp.
Interesting.
Number 2 is Overlord Season 2. And number 1's the first OP to Darling in the Franxx.
ED, you mean?
ED, sorry.
That's another 5 points for Darling in the Franxx. I'll go into the reason. I'll go into a thing about that one in a minute. Let's go with you next, Rennie boy.
Okay. So my runners-up are Laid Back Camp, A Place Further Than the Universe, Overlord 2.
Have you noticed we're all saying the same thing at this point?
Yeah.
Violet Evergarden, and the winner is Junji Ito Collection.
Oh, for
Because
Christ's
honestly, the ED is amazing.
Yeah, it is a good ED.
Thank you.
It's just, I'll be honest, I can't forget how it is.
I'm sorry. I must be honest. I know. Ren was asking me for support for help last night about saying this list, so I sent him what mine one was to say this is how I've done it, and then he sent me his one, and I realised I did not remember the Junji Ito Collection ED. I had to look it up. That's how forgettable it was.
It's
for me.
not for me.
I don't think it's much the ED and more just the series in general.
It's
like I don't think I watched anything past the first episode.
3 episodes I got into before I gave up.
I don't think it's not much I gave up. It's more just lost
Did
interest.
you watch anything of Junji Ito?
I did the first episode.
Yeah, I remember you started saying how funny you found it.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, the content.
Yeah, I just like, what the hell am I watching?
Literally, I mean, the content of the show was such a letdown, but like, the OP and ED, I think, were the only good things about
There's a
It's
YouTuber
the
called
King's Game of Winter.
There's a YouTuber called Super Eye Patch Wolf who explained why Junji Ito Collection does not work.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch his video on that one because
it is a good one. He goes
I'll go into. Believe me, we're going to talk about Junji Ito in a minute, but it's going through it. I really thought those. Ren's the only one who came off board, so we'll talk about all the other EDs that we all can't all pick. But we'll start with our big ones.
Wait, did you say which ones you picked?
Oh yes, no, I haven't said mine. Yeah, I just realised. With first runner up Overlord 2.
Cool.
Then I would have had Violet Evergarden. Darling in the Franxx ED1. I'll explain in a minute. A Place Further in the Universe. And my number 1 was Laid Back Camp.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, it
was a very good.
It's really nice.
So I liked that. It was very. It is laid back in a sense, which is what it. I think I'm glad they had an ED like that. If they were going to have an OP like that, I think the OP celebrates the quirky side.
Shiny day.
Yeah. It's such like a reflective period almost, like at the end of each episode, because you've had like this really nice ride just watching. Cute guys do cute stuff, basically. Like, at the end of the season, I think it was especially poignant as well, because it really made me want season 2, because I was like, oh shit, that's the last time I'm going to hear this ED. Oh.
But you're not even going to hear. But it is the last time you're going to hear this ED, because season 2 will, if it happens, will inevitably get a new OP and ED. Now I will say I'm not confident about season 2, so I've just gone out and bought the first volume of the manga.
I reckon it'll happen.
Nice.
But let's talk about the other ones. Reece, your big one was Overlord 2.
Yep.
That, and we've already kind of discussed why we thought that was really good. Elliot, your one was...
Darling in the Franxx.
Now the reason I did not pick it was because they got rid of it. They had no confidence in it. They changed the EDs after 6 episodes.
Yeah.
It was an amazing ED.
To be fair, I've heard worse. I remember Roka Braves of the Six Flowers dropping their first OP after like 4 episodes.
Oh my god, the ED of the new ED of Darling in the Franxx is not nearly as good.
It's nowhere near as good, but that's...
You'll back me up on this one, Reece.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just think like it was the one I was always excited to listen to.
I love the imagery of what it would have looked like if the apocalypse hadn't happened and these kids were allowed to live normal lives. Yeah. It's like kids, they're bloody teenagers, for Christ's sake. They're the sort of people that have been doing the March for Our Lives, which, if we're going on a tangent, what an amazing thing that was. And some big anime YouTubers were actually getting involved in it. So I feel I got credit to them for getting involved. Like Kaluna got involved, who does a Sailor Moon retrospective, and recently did a Persona 5 review.
What is this, sorry?
Kaluna.
No, what's this?
The March for Our Lives, the big march in America for gun control.
Yeah.
Which,
it had over like 1 million processors, didn't it?
Yeah, and about several SpongeBob memes on the signs, some of them.
I've saw some of those.
But going back to On Point, with Darling in the Franxx.
I was like devastated when they changed the ED.
I thought it was just for 1 episode when they did the beach episode.
Yeah, same, but it turned out it was like a permanent thing.
Yeah, so they've gone through about 3 EDs in the space of 1 core. Pick an ED and stick with it, you morons. Yeah. You were kind of on a roll at that point. Moving on. My one. So we kind of discussed that one. So at the end of that round, Darling in the Franxx is in the lead with 22 points for first place. Second place is Overlord 2 with 12, but third place is Violet Evergarden with 10. We didn't really discuss Violet Evergarden's ED that much, which was a pain because I had to keep messing around my Netflix so I could actually fucking see it.
Yeah, there's just like, hey, don't take me away from my ED, put that back. If you're going to show the entire end credits for Mock the Week, you can show the ED for Violet Evergarden.
Read all about it. News of the world.
The news of the world.
I remember Dara Reed actually has an outtake on one of the end of the year specials. I must remember, don't dance during the opening because we had to reshoot it the other day because he was doing that read. Okay, moving on. It's our only one we give negative points. It's our biggest disappointment. It's the only bad category we have. So let's go into. I think there was a few disappointing anime this season. We know Elliot's is really his worst.
The thing is, all the shows that I thought that the results would get did pretty much get the results that I was thinking they would get, and those I didn't know, I didn't really have much opinion on.
And your what was your? Okay, let's move on to Reece first. Biggest disappointment.
Basilisk.
Basilisk.
What was it about?
Oh yes, no, I did see the first episode of that one.
It's ninja incest.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
oh,
that one. I think I watched like I kept thinking I watched that one actually.
Yeah, between blood relatives. So.
Oh jeez.
Oh good God! The citrus taken over though.
Because didn't they? From what I could tell from the aesthetic of the show, they tried to make it like a kind of a callback to like 90s, you know.
And not to mention the animation is appalling.
Yeah.
Why Funimation has agreed to dub this series, I have no clue.
Yeah.
Christ. Moving on, I don't want to dwell on it anymore.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's just really bad.
Elliot, let's do your ones, which is technically your worst.
Yeah, it was Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen Noodles.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You probably didn't put it on there.
No, I ate Saku ramens.
Oh, okay. No, that was Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens. That was the Assassin's one.
Oh, yes, it is.
Miss Koizumi, yeah.
Did you have any runners-up from that, or is it just that one?
Just that one.
I'm not even going to bother doing the full title. Sorry, I'm just typing Kazumi. Yeah. I'm not even spelled it correctly. That's how little I give a shit about that show.
So my runner-up for biggest disappointment was Junji Ito Collection. Because I thought some episodes were okay.
It still loses a point.
Still loses a point. But it was a bit of a disappointment, you know, with such high hopes for Junji Ito.
And we'll go into detail in a minute because I've put it on my list.
And biggest disappointment, I put Ryo's work is never done, which I don't think is on the list.
No, because I wasn't watching it. I didn't get
to watch it. I was thinking Ito Junji would be your most disappointing.
Do you know what it was? And he changed his mind on the way here.
Yeah, no, not yesterday. But yeah, so this, I'll talk about this in a minute.
But the thing is, I think the biggest thing with what's the one you picked? sorry?
Rio's work is never done.
Yeah, I think the thing was with the Rio's work is never done. I don't think that many people really had much expectation for it. We were with Ito Junji, people had a lot of it.
Yeah.
Considering just how famous and how big Ito is.
Yeah.
My next two categories are going to kind of surprise you, and I'll tell you, you'll realise why when I get to the end of Biggest Surprise. But my runner-up biggest disappointment was Card Captor Sakura Clear Card.
Yeah,
Because it was so boring in its first half. It finally picked up towards the end, and it's actually getting quite good now. But the point is, I was expecting this one to really pick up, and you have put the Do Not Disturb cycles.
Yeah,
I'll say it was really starting to pick up around that time. But that point, I felt like I was a little too late, and I was hoping this is going to be the one that will turn me into a big Card Captor Sakura fan. It's not done it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, for one thing, it looks like they've actually got a strong villain now, but that's about it. And,
I hadn't actually seen anything of Card Captor Sakura before this. I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, and by the way, my biggest disappointment though, but it wasn't my biggest disappointment. My biggest disappointment was Junji Ito collection, which means it's now lost every single point it built up. It's now on 0. No, you did that to me when I died in Persona. It's just my accent. I died. It was
And every time I die in Bloodborne now, it's you suck.
From Stewie saying that.
Griffin.
Just to pay him back.
Yeah. And the thing, it's okay. I can pretty much guarantee every time I beat him in Mario Kart, which is near guaranteed, seeing as I'm good and he's
shit.
And every time he does that, I'm just going, ha, get wrecked, scrub.
And the irony is,
get wrecked, scrub lord, I'm ripped.
And Elliot beat the crap out of me today in Mario
Yeah, the thing is, they're both training for a tournament. I thrashed them.
I'm not
they
sure.
were constantly getting different places. I was first every time.
I'm going to be Manchester Anime and Gaming Con Mario Kart champion this year.
Yeah, if you do, I'll give it a go. Check now.
Oh, finally, I got it back on. Sorry about that. We had a bit of a breakdown with our equipment.
Cal got angry and threw me at the camera.
But going back to, we were on our biggest disappointments, and Junji Ito, I should have been loving that every week. Did you check the microphone, by the way, whilst you're up there?
No, but I don't know if it was unplugged.
Otherwise, it's just going to be.
The green light's on there. The green light's on there.
Yeah, that's good.
We can add subtitles.
We are not.
Or we could just do like audio over. Just go and. Oh hey, why are we all sound the same? That's because Elliot is recording all of it. I'm a gay lord. Says Ren.
Do you know, I honestly thought.
Why did Ren say says Ren? Because I'm Elliot.
Do you know, in all honesty, I actually thought Junji Ito was going to be all of our biggest disappointments.
I'll be honest, I hadn't actually heard of Junji Ito before this. I at least heard of a story Uzumaki, but I didn't know that he wrote it.
You know, I read Uzumaki, and I was really hoping. I'd always said I really would have liked there to be an Uzumaki adaptation.
I don't think it would really work. I don't think Junji Ito really works as an anime. I think it's best only as a manga.
Even his mangas kind of have their faults, which a lot of people don't like to acknowledge. Like Uzumaki, for as great as it is and as great build-up, it has such a non-ending.
Yeah, they missed in the Junji Ito collection. They missed a couple of really interesting stories that I thought would have worked well, and some of his more notable ones, like the one with the holes in the walls. Everybody has their unique hole, and like this Lovecraftian planet just coming into all.
Well, Junji Ito has been called the H.P. Lovecraft of Japan.
Yeah, there's one I do remember. I remember hearing about, which is like there's a balloon like everyone's head, and they try to find a particular person and hang them.
Oh, crazy! I haven't seen that one.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. I just can't get over how I thought the first episode was a comedy.
Yeah, the worst decision for that show was to have a fucking recurring character be so irritating. He came back for 2 more episodes, you know, that guy with nails, for no reason.
Yeah,
you could have had 2 fucking good episodes.
Yeah, it's a brilliant. Junji Ito collection is a perfect example of brilliant idea, poor execution. So we'll go into
it had some good episodes.
Biggest surprise. Now there was a few surprises this season that we
That's one that really surprised me.
Okay, let's move on. Reece, what was your biggest surprise? Any runners up?
No, I've just got the one big surprise, and that was Violet Evergarden.
Wow. Okay.
You were surprised by that?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go to that one in a minute. That surprised me in a nutshell. Elliot.
Reese's.
I have one runners off, which is Record of the Grand Crest War. I thought that would be worse than it actually was.
First point on the board.
It was actually good.
By the way, disappointment didn't affect the scoreboard anymore,
And
so that's why I'm
you guys are like gonna hate me for this, but my biggest surprise is citrus.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
He loves incest, don't you?
I like
Oh yeah. I'm always on the
stepsisters and stepsisters for
It
the
still
record.
counts.
I'm always on the
Yeah, well,
I'm always on the midget stepbrother channel.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm going to have to... I want to point out at this point in time, Citrus has just as many points as a place fifth in the universe.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Where's
so
he got points from?
we got 1 point as a runner-up for
Best
OP.
OP.
Okay, well don't worry, that
will not stick, but I want to
It's okay.
At this point, that feels...
It's okay. Citrus gets nothing more.
That feels so wrong on so many levels. Rennie boy.
So biggest surprise runner-up, I put Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed with you for that one.
Wait,
Really?
you liked Devilman Crybaby? I heard it wasn't very good, by the way.
I liked it.
It's really hit and miss.
It's great at the beginning.
Actually, I'm surprised you didn't put that on your biggest as a runner-up for your biggest disappointment.
Do you know what? I am going to do that at this stage because I was so into it for the first 4
Okay.
episodes.
Back to zero.
Yeah.
I was so into it for the first 4 episodes, and then the pacing is atrocious. It does way too much plot, way too quick time. It should have been 2 seasons.
But I just think that.
That's my thoughts with us.
Oh, and the villain's motivation makes absolutely
Well,
no
he's
sense.
why-
whatsoever.
what-
Yeah.
What's
He
his
doesn't need motivation.
Yeah,
He's
he's
safe.
Lucifer.
Yeah, but what?
In a great big fur coat.
Yeah, but at this, but if he is, look, spoilers for Devilman Crybaby, by the way.
Sorry, yes.
If he is, why is it in the beginning? If he wants to expose demons and expose humanity's worst side, why does he then spend half the first season trying to cover up Devilman? Surely just release Devilman.
Well,
It's
because
because
Harry's
Satan, do you remember?
Yeah, because he has amnesia.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh God, they
So,
did.
I mean,
You've got to admit though, there's way too much plot, way too quickly.
Yeah,
and-
I didn't watch anything past the first episode. It was way too weird for me.
The pacing is horrible, but if you're treating the reason I picked it for biggest surprise is because if you're treating it as like it's
that was your runner-up though. So what was your?
Sorry, and my actual biggest surprise was Laid Back Camp because I didn't expect to enjoy that nearly as much.
I knew from the beginning that I would enjoy that. I just remember thinking, this sounds lovely.
You know, I'm the slice of life guy, so obviously this was right up my street.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of slice of life stuff this season. That's slightly bad.
Yeah, that's kind of been the great genre. Reece even said this in a tweet last night. The slice of life's been a real winner.
I'm really
glad. Was that in a tweet or was that a direct message?
I think that was a direct message.
I'm really glad I got into a slice of life last season. Otherwise, I would have missed out on all these.
Yeah.
Reece got us all into Overlord. I got us all into Slice of Life.
Well, you got me at slice of life. I think these two were really into it.
No, I don't think Ren was that much into it.
No, I've
You watch Elliot Yokai Apartments and Gamers.
And Nichijou I've watched as well.
Yeah, but you got to remember, you weren't watching anything Yokai Upon until I said it might be worth a watch.
Yeah, no, I mean, but you just gave me a list of things to watch, so I was just like,
To be fair, you said the same thing for me with World End.
Okay, let's move on.
Fuck you.
No problem.
It sucked.
The light novel's been delayed to July.
Because it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, bugger off!
Enough of bashing World End.
It's my friend, come on!
You come in here with your bad anime views, of course you can.
Let's move on quickly. We're done bashing World End.
Season 2 of Gundam Seed.
Yeah.
I will kill you, Don't come at Reece with Gundam, I mean.
Let's move
Don't
on.
hurt me, I have a place handbook. I have a weapon.
Before we all kill each other, I'm going to move on to my lot. This is where you'll be surprised. My runner-up for biggest surprise, Card Captor Sakura Clear Card.
Zero.
Was
It was really good because I realised it was both my biggest disappointment and my biggest surprise, one of my biggest surprises at the same time. But it wasn't quite enough in either category, so that's why it's a runner-up in both.
Okay.
Because while its first half really disappointed me, its second half really surprised and put me up. So I thought I can't really give it either one of them. So why don't I take it a runner-up in both?
Yeah.
So can you see my argument there?
Yeah.
But my biggest surprise by far was Records of Grand Crest War,
Yeah.
which I was expecting it to be a very dull fantasy series.
I was thinking it was same. I was thinking like it was gonna be more like Katana Maidens.
Or a Fate Katana Maidens, by the way, that's another one that was so bland.
Yeah,
it was good for the first few episodes.
wait for me. I'd probably add that to the biggest disappointment. Like as a run for me.
Okay, that's a -1 for it.
It didn't do enough to.
It's not the lowest scoring thing on the board at the minute. That's
That's Koizumi, is it?
no, because it's tied between Basilisk, Kazumi, and Rio Works.
Yeah, because I got like episode 6 of that, and it was just.
And Basilisk.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I just lost interest.
Anyways.
Anyway, let's move on to Reece, why was Violet Evergarden such a big surprise for you? I would have thought you'd think this was you would have gone immediately that it was going to be amazing.
Yeah, well, I just wasn't expecting it.
But it's Kyoto Animation. They always make amazing. Well, most of the time make amazing.
Well, they have had bad duds in the past.
Oh, a couple of bad duds, but that's about it. First one that says Clannad gets thrown out. That's one of my all-time favourite series.
I haven't even seen Clannad.
No.
Am I the only?
Boruto!
Am I the only person here who's watched Clannad?
No, I've watched it.
I know someone.
Did you get as far as after story?
No.
I know someone.
That's where it gets amazing.
I know someone who's seen it.
That made me cry. But let's move. We kind of got your reasoning for Violet Evergarden. Elliot, what was your one again? Your one was
Citrus.
Citrus. Why citrus?
Because he loves incest.
No, it's not.
Enough with the
No,
incest
because here's the thing. I was expecting it to just be a lesbian love story between two sisters, but weirdly enough, it didn't actually focus much on the romance between the two. In fact, a lot of it was just coming from one stepsister who became obsessed with the other for some reason.
Yeah, but
but it focused it wasn't even that big a factor, the romance. There was a lot of other things on the side, and don't get me wrong, I don't love it. But I still think it's kind of good. It also touches on a bunch of things like
bad choice of words.
Yeah.
It also touches on a lot of things like abandonment, loss, rejection, things.
But it's the same reason I didn't watch the Life After the Rain, which was that's all well and good, but the concept alone shoots it in the foot before it's even started. I'm not going to be able to get over that.
Yeah, trust me. Once you get past the concept and begin to watch it, it is nowhere near anime of Winter.
But
It's not even in top 5. Barely
despite the fact it's been on Annie Trending's chart.
It's barely top 10 in my opinion, but it's still for what it is. It's serviceable.
Did you guys? Annie Trendings though, I really had. Actually, can we plug that one because I've been loving doing the Annie Trendings every week. They're done with the winter polls for now. They come back on. You can start voting again on the 8th of April for the spring stuff. Were you guys voting every week like I was?
No, I wasn't voting at all. I was just seeing what was happening.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, their anime of the year contenders at the end are based on the public votes throughout the year. So which is a really great way of doing it. It means it's a very democratic system. We get a very decent selection of anime.
And it just lets you know that the audience loves incest.
Yep.
Oh,
well, yeah. Weirdly enough, though, I think after this week, I think the winner for the winter so far is actually a place further in the universe. It's surprising considering that for a lot of it, it got very little attention.
It's really not had the attention it deserved. But we'll probably be talking about it later.
Best animation.
Best animation. Now this is another new category we added. So this is pure animation. So I've got a suspicion we all picked the same one, but I'm going to take a gamble on it. I'm going to put a gamble on it. Reece, give your ones.
Laid Back Camp.
Laid Back Camp.
And then A Place Further in the Universe.
No surprise there. So finally we're taking Citrus. Thank God.
And then this may surprise you. Darling in the Franxx in second.
Yeah.
And first was Violet Evergarden.
No surprises there. Okay, Elliot.
I only picked 3 for this one. Number 3 was Laid Back Camp.
Okay.
Number 2 was Darling in the Franxx. Number 1 was Violet Evergarden.
Okay. Ren?
I put Records of Grand Crest War.
Really? You really like the animation for that?
Thank you. It means it's not tied with Citrus. I'm so over you.
By the way, in my opinion, worst animation. By Vanguard GZ. To be fair though, the animation for Vanguard is rarely ever actually that good.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Devilman Crybaby.
It's on the board now.
Place Further in the Universe. Darling in the Franxx. And the winner is Violet Evergarden for me.
Darling in the Franxx gets another one. Evergarden. My one was for best animation. I didn't have as many runners up with this one. Laid Back Camp. Then I went for A Place Further in the Universe. Devilman Crybaby, which, despite my misgivings, is animated brilliantly.
Yeah, at times it does have a bit.
I forgot about that. I honestly forgot about the animation for that.
I was completely right. We all picked Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
So Violet Evergarden's earned a clear 20 points this round.
Yeah, and has overshot Darling in the Franxx
by 10 points. It's so far in the lead.
So So the leaderboard stand at...
leaderboard is Violet Evergarden's in first with 35, Darling in the Franks has second with 25, and third place is Laid Back Camp with 17. So Laid Back Camp could still take that, and Overlord 2 is no longer in the top 3. It was really dominating at the beginning. But again, I think it's going to have another round where it does very well.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count it out yet. But Violet Evergarden, my God, the animation.
It is fucking beautiful!
Just that, the episode where she tries to jump over on the water and like, cause, oh
I was like, had tears at how beautiful that looked.
It's just,
and it's a case of Kyoto Anime. I think at some points it actually looks better than A Silent Voice, which was a film.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake. And that's how good the animation is. I cannot believe Kyoto Animation is pulling this out week after week after
I
week.
cannot believe that it just looks this amazing.
Oh,
where's the budget? It's just...
I think they learned so much from Silent Voice that they could get it going. And Netflix is actually properly financing this one as well, as from what I can tell. So Netflix have actually really... Well, and of course, you're gonna have. So they've obviously had a hell of a budget, and it's clearly done by several people who passionately believe in the project.
Yeah.
You would not get that good at animation without that level of passion. So I think we can move on from that one to the next one. It's the first time we're doing character awards.
Well, do we not want to speak about Darling and Franks or anything?
Yeah, Darling and Franks did quite well with everyone.
Yeah, like I did like Studio Trigger is definitely one of the best animation.
But to me, this felt more like an A. This felt more like the A1 pictures were involved. It looks less Kill la Kill and more sort of SAO-ish.
It reminded me of Gurren Lagann a lot. I mean, especially the most recent episode.
Yeah.
It reminded me a bit of Fooly Cooly, really.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is
very Gainax then, yeah.
Yeah, but it apparently is made up a lot of former Gainax. A lot of former Gainax workers are apparently working on this one. But there are a lot. This really is a Gainax review, and a lot of people compare it with Evangelion. Although I think there's much better.
Oh, recent, the last episode definitely Evangelion.
The recent,
Exactly.
but I also think a lot of people are missing that it's a very much a clone of Eureka 7.
Yeah.
You've got Reece is the only one besides you've actually seen it, but it really is very like Eureka 7.
Yeah.
So he says
just with a worse art style.
The worst art style.
Yeah.
Eureka
7.
Eureka 7's art style is amazing.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna watch that.
No, so I'm telling you, I might actually call in for my birthday. We do a vlog on Eureka 7.
Oh, very cool, yeah. Shall we do one in the movie as well, just a series?
We'll put it this way. Do you want to watch something good?
Yeah.
Then we're doing the series.
Okay.
We're not doing any of the movies because the movies all suck.
Yeah.
Oh, and Eureka 7 AO is an abomination.
I just want to touch very quickly on the records of Grand Quest 1.
Yeah, he was the only one who picked it.
So the best animation for that.
Runner-up.
Yeah, for the runner-up, I think. I mean, overall throughout the show, it hasn't. Like there's just step-by-step animation where it's like people talking and things, and using the CG isn't great, but the fight scenes that we've seen have been.
And the ballroom dance.
The dance is possibly.
They have been. Yeah, the fight scene's been looking really good.
So good. And I first noticed it when it was like. Theo and Silica fighting against the Black Witch character.
But you also have to remember the animation has also been used for that scene on the hilltop, if you catch me drift.
Oh, yeah, that was a...
Quick question, by the way. During the LP, during Grand Quest Award, when you see the sort of rainbow flag come down
I just thought LGBT pride.
Did anyone else just think, Silica supports gay pride?
Yeah, she did, yeah. I mean, that was one of the most noticeable
maybe
things.
it's just like, okay. Maybe she was just like, okay, we got complaints and allegations that we are homophobic.
Yeah.
To be fair, we are, but let's prove that we're not.
Let's just put it under the LGBTQ section on Netflix now.
It's kind of like I didn't know there was actually a section for that on Netflix.
There is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you know what, actually, to be fair, on Netflix is now like a section called Celebrities Having Coffee.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And literally it's just like
where can I find
13 or 14 minutes of just countless videos of celebrities having
Where can
coffee.
I find the person who invented that section and kick him off a bridge? This is Sparta style. Okay, let's move on to character awards because I think we actually we didn't really discuss Devilman Crybaby all that much before we got to character awards. Devilman Crybaby is pretty good.
It reuses a few scenes.
Okay, fine, yeah, I'll give you that. But nothing was more stylized this season.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I mean,
especially with the whole running.
Yeah,
It's the new version of the Naruto run.
It's so hard to follow at times.
It reminded me. Actually, the animation reminded me a lot of. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Animatrix.
Yes, I have.
It reminded me a lot of that one, particularly the runner. Yeah.
I've seen like I think I've seen bits of it.
And the storyline about the kid. I think those two it reminded me a lot of those two. But remember, you and me, we watched Devilman Crybaby over the space of a night. We did an entire binge of it, and we were not that impressed by the end of it.
No, I mean, like, visually, it's because of the shock factor of the first few episodes. They're like, oh my god, yeah, watch this, it's edgy and cool.
No, I didn't think it was edgy. I was just thinking it was just, what the fuck is that?
It's so graphic. And,
Who spiked my monster with a? Who spiked my monster with coke?
But it's got that worst, that thing I absolutely hate in anime or any films in general or anything, which is overuse of symbolism when it has absolutely, and it's asking the audience to figure it out way too much. It's not making it bloody obvious.
Yeah, you should probably just do a Dora Explorer thing. Just, can you figure out what this means?
No, you're dumb.
I want to say so. The soundtrack to that show was pretty damn good.
I will say
the rapping and the fact that they kind of did the throwback to the whole 70s electro theme with the actual soundtrack, I thought was brilliant.
Probably not for this season, but like if we do a season 3 of this, which let's be honest, we likely will.
Yeah.
What if we do like a category which is like best soundtrack?
I'd like to include that for next one.
I think we should, Jess. A Place for the Universe will win this season.
Yeah.
Deborah Man.
Well, I mean, A Place for the Universe would win best soundtrack.
Yo, yeah, definitely.
I mean, we couldn't pick.
I'll be honest.
Could we?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I would have gone with Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, I think.
Very good soundtrack, but I think A Place for the Universe had so many great insert songs. I want all of them on my phone.
I want
all of them on my phone.
For me,
let's move on to the character awards. We're running out of time. Female characters. Now,
male characters first.
The thing
is,
do
male characters first.
Yeah.
Alright, then let's do male characters first.
The thing is,
this was the weaker category.
To be fair, there weren't like there's shows focusing on male characters.
Yeah, exactly.
In this, like when it comes to a lot of shows, there wasn't that much.
And because your character will earn your show and a point.
I really had to stretch for male.
So let's go with Reece first.
Yeah, I've got Goro from Darling in the Franxx.
Shut up.
And Sebas, Overlord.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I know you're
that's easy.
And a surprise one, Mars from Black Clover.
I can't give that one because it's not a holdover.
Oh, damn.
And then the first is Hero from Darling in the Franxx.
Although Mars will count because Mars was introduced this season.
Yeah.
Darling in the Franxx, Hero was first one.
was Mars
It's a winner.
He was the diamond guy.
He was kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
So
I really liked his backstory.
His CG was bad.
yeah, no, Darling in the Franxx is got Hero. That's an interesting one. We'll pop around to him in a minute.
By the way, with this, it's okay to have 2 characters from the same series.
Yes, it is.
I've got 3 characters from the same series.
Okay, so for me, number 5.
Well, Reece just did it.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Theo Kunaro from Records of the Grand Quest War. Honestly, just because he's someone to put in. I do actually kind of like him. Number 4 is Guru from Darling in the Franxx.
And number 1?
No, it's 5 this time.
Oh yeah.
And number 3 is Claudia Hodgins from Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, he's a good choice.
Number 2 is Hero from Darling in the Franxx. And number 1 is Ainzoon Gold from Overlord 2.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
That's interesting. That's Ren?
Okay, so Mirza Kuchas from Records of Grand Quest 4, who is the Prince of D'Artagnan.
He's a good choice.
Because he bangs people onto the mountains. Rio Asuka from Devilman Crybaby, aka Satan.
Spoiler alert.
We've talked about it.
Yeah.
Sebas from Overlord 2.
That's no surprise there.
Klein from Overlord 2.
Yeah.
And Ainz Ulgal is my winner.
So hang on, no.
Ainz is a badass.
Ainz is a badass.
Yeah.
Ainz is
like the fight against Shao Tia at the end of season 1.
Yeah. It's so reflective of like MMO fights though as well. Like you know how they use all of the items, all of the actives and things. I fucking love Overlord.
Yeah, like it. Weirdly enough, it's despite like it's sort of being transported into an MMO like world. It's like it's more like an MMO than any other anime.
Yeah, like SAO. I mean,
like they have things like they show things like experience, hit points, all that.
And
pay and items.
Yeah, and they. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I'll go into all that in a minute, but my ones were Gilbert from Violet Evergarden, Claudia from Violet Evergarden, Sophio from Records of Grand Quest 4. And then I went for Hero from Darling in the Franxx.
Is Sophia the red hair lady?
The Sophio.
Oh, Theo. Sorry, I thought.
And But my number 1 was Goro from Darling in the Franxx.
You prefer Goro to Hero?
Yeah, because I think the reason I went with Goro was because I had a real hard time picking this one. But the reason I went with Goro is because he's always felt like he was the natural leader. He felt like, he had exhibited the air of maturity that I think the group that really needed. I think the show would have been a lot worse off without him.
Yeah, like I think that's a good reason as to why I think Ichigo and Goro are a perfect pair, as they're both good leaders.
Yeah, that's why I much prefer that ship as a. So I mean I like all the ships in Darling in the Franxx.
You mean all the Franks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all the pairings they've done. I mean, I must be honest, I was a bit disappointed by episode 11 because they kind of went back on that idea and allowed them to swap partners. Which
To be fair, it did add into more character developing.
Yeah, I like that, but it kind of contradicted what they said earlier, that the whole point the partners were picked for very specific reasons. They were very specifically paired for those reasons, and that kind of contradicted that. That was the only...
I feel like that's why they were allowed to swap, though. Like, you know,
It's
they were allowed to find out whether...
Yeah, sort of, like, I think it was sort of like the kids, someone misbehaving that sort of inspired that, or it's like two partners.
Okay, Reece, you picked Hero, who was a runner-up in most of our cases, one standing out.
So I don't pick bad characters.
Oh, shut up!
Shut up.
I just really enjoyed his interactions with Zero too and the rest of the group.
Yeah, they are a very nice ship, actually. I do like Hero.
I also think, like, considering who he is, I think this is the same with all the Darling Frank's characters, but the design of him is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, he's sort of, like, meant to be someone who's weak but has potential. Like, him being sort of pretty scrawny and things like that, that really works, I think.
Yeah, and he kind of is a nice contrast to Zero Two, who's a lot more confident, a lot more sure of herself. So as a result, she airs that design of being that. Yeah. It's the character design in Darling in the Franxx is phenomenally good.
I love.
I'd go the other way. I think it's kind of basic. I mean, they're all just like.
But I mean, like it's mostly that they all perfectly match their designs. Like when you see Zorome without actually knowing him, you would think, oh yeah, he's a hyperactive one.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think kind of slotting them into the roles. Like, I mean, like, you know, the token fat guy liking food and stuff. You know, it's just that's an anime thing. But then there's like, you know, the small cocky kid, the tsundere guy. You know, what's his name? The one that last episode was about.
Izumi.
Yeah, Izumi. I don't think they're.
I don't think it was much of a tsundere. I think it was more just the quiet sort of emo one.
Yeah, he's still a bit of a dick though. Oh no, Hero didn't keep a promise with me when I was like 3 years old.
Oh dear God, what are you doing?
It's episode 11. That's basically.
Why is it? Seriously, why are you hating on Darling in the Franxx?
I'm not hating on it.
No, but I actually agree with Ren. That's a stupid motivation.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know what? Yeah, I will actually admit with you. I just think. Also, if this was like when you were 3 years old, why is it only occurring now?
Like in Devilman Crybaby, more like Izumi Crybaby. Am I right?
Yeah, it's like literally the same reasoning as Broly from Dragon Ball Z. He's a baby.
Exactly. So funny.
Okay, female cat. So at the end of that round.
Wait. I don't think you really explained like Anzu goal.
Oh yes, you did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm very sorry about that.
It's cool. I think the big reason is because, of course, we got a lot of development from him from the first season, but I think we're getting even more in this one. Like in the first one, we just mostly got to explain an example of his power. In this one, we get more of an example of his authority and his like managing and just sort of how. And like he feels like rather than just being a player, he's becoming a full leader.
Yeah, and what's interesting is like I think it's quite easy to sort of get taken up in the flow of a show, but every time Imes does something really cool, I'm always in awe of it, and it's
like when all that things that he does when he first addresses the lizard men and just says, "Yeah, I rule you now."
Yeah, because we've seen him do all of these crazy things, but when I see him actually exert his authority, I'm just like. Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, you just think if he just tries to take, you just think, yeah, he can take over this world.
Yeah, definitely.
If you get trapped in the game, that's the best thing. I do have a problem with Overlord 2, but I'm going to get to that when we talk about the sequels because inevitably we've given it some points in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of that round, Darling in the Franxx in the lead, 39 points.
Whoa.
Bar Evergarden's just behind 38. and Overlord 2's in third with 25. So, and of course, first season where we can give the first time we can give sequels anime of the season. But okay, female characters. How do we go with this one?
I found this one pretty difficult, really. But like, I thought number 1 for me was and 2 were pretty easy for me. But the ones after that were pretty difficult.
Yeah, my top 3 was really easy.
I'd shuffle a few a little bit.
I was really deciding between 2 girls at the end of the day. Which one would be my the one I would pick?
Yeah, which will be our winter waifu.
I always knew my number 1.
And I also had to stop. I also limited myself to 1 character from a place further in the universe because I thought otherwise the entire board would be made up.
Yeah, I limited myself to that as well.
Okay, so let's move on. Reece.
Actually, it's more difficult
I've
than
got
myself.
Ichigo, Darling in the Franxx.
So no one for Darling Franks.
Then Shirase from A Place Further in the Universe. Then
We're into double digits.
Then 02, Darling in the Franxx. And first, Violet.
Violet from Violet Evergarden.
Yep.
Of course, good choice. That's 43. Right, we'll move on to that in a minute. We'll discuss Violet, obviously, as a character.
For me, number 5 was Rinshima from Layback Camp.
Interesting.
Number 4 was Chirize Kobuchizawa from Place Further in the Universe. Number 3 was Albedo from Overlord. I'm surprised you didn't pick anyone from Overlord, really.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Violet Evergarden. And number 1 was 02.
That's interesting.
Wait, where was 02 on yours?
Second.
Second, sorry, I just completely didn't know.
Okay, Ren?
So, Rin from Laid Back Camp.
Noticing a pattern here.
Ichigo from Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, I had to limit myself to only 1 person from Darling in the Franxx. I love all the characters in it. Seriously.
Violet Evergarden from Violet Evergarden. Crush Lulu, who is the female lizard from Overlord 2.
Yeah, she is a cool character, to be fair.
I never thought I'd empathise with a lizard character. So, and
Yeah,
Racist!
Yeah, right, let's be honest, it's just for the gifting scene.
yeah, it's like and my winner is Shirase Kabuchizawa from Place Further in the Universe.
Oh, that's interesting. So Placement in the Universe finally sort of getting big on the board. Okay, my ones, number 5 was Ichigo, Darling in the Franxx.
Ichigo was so close to
Then Rin, Laid Back Camp. Violet, no, hang on, I just don't know order. 02, Darling in the Franxx. Violet from Violet Evergarden.
Am I the only person who picked 02 for my favourite?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's interesting, that one. But my favourite character was Shirase from Place Further in the Universe.
So all of us have got her on our list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Ichigo's on all of those, right?
No, I didn't pick Ichigo. I had to put Rin instead of her. I was so close.
Yeah.
Rin's on all of our lists. Violet's on all of our lists.
Also, why did none of you pick like Albedo or Shaltier?
I just didn't think that they did enough.
Yeah, no, Albedo was great at the beginning of the season, but she's been so absent.
Yeah,
from the rest of it.
Come on, I just like Albedo. She's like hilarious.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I like those characters.
Like that scene where when Ainz is sitting on Shaltier, she just goes into the room and just goes. I was trying my best just not to laugh.
Yeah.
But Violet, man, she's had an amazing character arc.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely amazing.
She's changed so much from when
Like
we
you
first
just
saw her.
see her learning more about people's emotions.
I was at an autism conference a couple of months ago, and I was really using my power to recommend Violet Evergarden when I was there because I thought it'd be amazing for the professionals to see that series and say that's how you get it.
Yeah.
That's how you get it. That's this character is how you get it.
Also, there's just a scene with Violet where someone says smile, she just goes.
Yeah.
Just thought that was adorable.
And there's and again the dark moments work really well. Her character development's been great. I nearly could have picked her any other season, but Shirase was the real winner for me.
She's the winter wifey.
Because she has everything that's great about Violet, but she's also got a few other factors that just pushed over the edge for me.
She's had such a fantastic character arc as well. Because I mean, initially the show started about Kimari, but then just
It's kind of shifted
shifted to Shirase, and that's what.
I like how rather than just focusing on Kimari, they actually move it to all the girls.
Yeah, I mean they each get their moment in the limelight, and at this moment I haven't seen the last episode of The Place Further in the Universe.
You're gonna love the ending.
I'm sure I will. I'm probably gonna cry.
What I great about the last episode is they managed to get all the insert songs in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which I think is great.
That's awesome.
All the insert songs, but unfortunately the OP's gone entirely.
Oh, I love the OP.
Let's move on.
As long as we get the ED.
Okay, the one we didn't have a lot to work with, unfortunately, but
I don't think we explained like much of our other ones.
what are the other ones? Rin was on every single chart.
Yeah, I was tempted to put the pink-haired girl from...
Yeah, Biggest Suprise. I was very.
Most people actually prefer that one, but I just think Ren's better.
Rin's just a bit more interesting, and it's a very good way of showing a character who likes her own company. They don't make it so that she has to be taken out of her shell. She's perfectly fine, she is, but she can also have a bit of company at the same time.
Yeah.
I like the way they wrote. She's and plus that was word for that scene where she thinks she's outdone the dog on the lead, and then something.
Another one I remember was when like she was behind a car with a dog, then the car drives up next, and punch her front, the dog just show up.
Or was that great scene where she's trying to fight not to buy that little dog puppet?
Yeah.
I just think you get Rin has the funniest scenes.
Yeah. It's such a hard one for all four of the girls from Made by Camp. I just thought they were all such good, funny characters.
Yeah, never mind that. It's hard for all the girls in any of these shows.
Yeah, there was a real female character season.
Yeah.
So at the end of that round, Darling Franks in the lead with 49 points. Violet Evergarden's in second with 46. And third place is Overlord 2 with 27.
I'm surprised it's doing so well. I mean, I think we all knew it was going to be a toss-up between like
but that's
just these five.
But okay, let's talk about our sequels now.
Okay.
I wonder where this way's going to go. Now, okay, as I say, the scoreboard is not binding.
I think we all know what the best sequel is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through everyone's runners-up first before we all choose our best sequels.
I had no runners-up.
No runners-up.
I only watched one other one, which is Cardcaptor Sakura.
Should I put it down on there, or do you want to just leave it?
Yeah, just put it on there. I guess.
That's mine as well, so I'll put mine on there.
No runner-up.
So everyone picked Overlord 2, right?
Yeah, Overlord 2!
Is it? Oh my God! Is that just taken?
Five,
No.
there's 20 points.
No, wait, actually it's not. It's Osama Game 2! Osama Game 2, Anime of the Year!
But don't remind me that there's a possibility that will actually happen.
No.
Can I just say though, if I was allowed to pick OVAs, it would not be mine. I would have picked the Relife OVA, which was a phenomenal way to conclude the show. The only problem I had with it was, it's on Crunchyroll now if you want to get it, but the only problem I had with it was, it's one Funimation didn't dub it
There
quickly.
are a lot of shows with Re in the name. ReZero, Recreators, Tokyo Ghoul Re.
It's Relife is actually plays an interesting part, and I actually explain the title in this version.
Alright.
Which is, it's basically about an experiment for NEETs who are not really making much of their life, and this lab says, we'll give you a pill that de-ages you and sends you back to high school, and then we erase everyone's memory. So it's, and if you
That
do,
sounds so fun. What's that called?
it's called Relife.
Relife.
I've never seen it.
But it's the idea is they give you a pill, you go back to high school, and if you live out a year of high school and sort of improve yourself over that time, they give you a job at the end of it at your normal age. But then they erase the memories of everyone around.
That sounds
you.
like so much effort.
I promise you, it's a really great series. Manga readers are not happy about it because it's gone too it's gone too fast and they've cut a few stories. But from what I've gathered, they've cut most of it. I wish there was more about more of the characters rather than focusing on a couple of them towards the conclusion. But now that it's concluded, I can wholeheartedly recommend Relife.
What a convoluted recruitment process. Why don't you just give them a job interview?
It kind of is an extended job interview, because it's more meant to be a form of rehabilitation, turning around someone's life.
So it's like for people whose lives aren't going too well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically for NEETs who are failing at jobs, failing at the community, just failing in general.
Don't diss on our needs.
Yeah, I was going to
Mario Kamoko was a need.
Well, she would probably actually be one of the candidates for this, ironically.
crossover.
Now that would be great. An episode which needs a real life crossover. But back to Overlord 2, which was phenomenal this season.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, do you reckon 7 Deadly Sins 2 is going to be better? when we finally get around to watching
I
it.
don't think it'll be
I
better.
don't think so. I'll be honest. As great as Seven Deadly Sins is, I do think Overlord is better.
I'm gonna be the lone voice that will say I think Seven Deadly Sins season 2 will be better.
Nah.
Well, it'll be the question we ask when we do our review of it for this vlog.
Well, actually, I don't know. I feel like Fate Extra might be better. I don't know. I'm just saying it as a Fate fan. So.
No. I really love Fate, but if I watch Fate Extra next, it will be my very first Fate spin-off. Because I've just finished Game 3 Unlimited Playbook, so man, is it amazing!
Wait, does that mean you haven't seen Apocrypha?
I haven't seen Apocrypha yet.
You should, it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm already buried under several series I'm watching for this book.
Wait, is season 2 is the second half of...
It's not out yet.
Not yet.
When's it coming out?
Let's say the second word is nose. The first one you can probably guess.
Mate, seriously Netflix, stop ruining my Fate!
Anyway, the end of that round. Not as much of a change. Island Frank's still leading 49 points. Overlord 2's now in second with 47.
After gaining 20 points.
Violet Evergarden's in first with 46. The problem is, 47 is the final score of Overlord 2, so it's not going to be the number 1 on the board.
But hey, it's still number 3 at least.
It's,
It might be.
Violet's number 3.
I can already tell Violet's going to get some votes.
yeah, okay, let's... Best original, so this is with the real content for the series. So what was the...
Yep, so mine was Laid Back Camp,
Laid Back Camp, number 5.
fourth, and then third, A Place Further in the Universe. Second, Darling in the Franxx.
What?
First, Violet Evergarden.
I was thinking Darling Franks would be first for you, because Mecca!
I know, but Violet just had a better story.
The upset.
Reece, what's happened to you?
Yeah.
What the hell has happened to
Yeah.
you?
Violet,
You're the resident Mech guy!
I know, but Violet Evergarden's had a better story to tell.
And, well, to be fair, Darling in the Franxx only told half its story, Violet Evergarden's told most of its story at this point. Whereas with, but I
Who knows, it might change as the season goes on.
But the weird thing is, if Darling in the Franxx gets amazing, Reece could still, we don't pick it for anime of the season, which is every possibility we could pick it at this point. But even if we don't, either way, Reece could pick either one of those for his personal choice if he doesn't see anything else this year that he thinks is.
Bill Drivers is coming out, so that's
unlikely then.
So that's probably going to take it, I think.
But we'll discuss Violet Evergarden in more detail in a minute because we kind of discussed those series as we go on. But Elliot, your lot?
Number 5 is Records of the Grand Crest War. Number 4 is Laid Back Camp. Number 3 is A Place Further Than the Universe.
I think you might be alone in this one.
Number 2 is Violet Evergarden. And big surprise, number 1 is Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, no, that's interesting, that one. Okay, Ren, your one?
So, runners up are Devilman Crybaby. I feel like most of the points for that show have come from me.
Yeah.
I gave it 1.
Wait, why did you put that as your favourite original? I was thinking it'd be with Calvin not liking it.
Sorry? Well, the thing is, I liked it, but... Well, okay, I liked it and didn't like it, but reflecting on it, it has the same place in my heart as watching like something like Kill la Kill or Furikuri, because I watch it for the spectacle. I'm not watching it for the actual story. Darling in the Franxx, Laid Back Camp, Violet Evergarden, and A Place Further Than the Universe.
And that's still without seeing the final episode.
Yes. Yeah.
I still haven't.
It's just brilliant, just incredible.
I do agree with you there.
Okay, so my lot.
This is the final.
This is
final
the final.
result after this.
It's the final countdown.
Moving on. You just wonder what the neighbours think of us.
They normally tell us to shut
I
up.
went with 5th place Records of Grand Crest War.
Sweet.
Pretty damn good. Laid Back Camp was my number 4. It was a really great series.
So if he has the same ones in the exact same ones as me, which he likely doesn't.
Darling in the Franxx was number 3 for me.
Yeah, I thought so.
Number 2, this was so hard right now. I went back and forth between the other 2.
You betrayed me.
I've gone with A Place Further in the Universe for number 2.
And Violet Evergarden number 1.
My back has been stabbed by Calvin.
But Violet Evergarden was so good.
Yeah.
It was so hard. I was so close. And last night I actually considered changing it to A Place Further in the Universe. I genuinely considered it. I was going back and forth and forth. Place Further Universe. Can I just say, Place Further Universe, since it's Place Further Universe is still one of the top anime I've seen this year so far, as an anime of the year contender for me.
Yeah.
Same, in fact, all of my top 3 are anime of the year contenders for me. Darling in the Franxx, Darling in the Franxx, Place Further Universe, and Violet Evergarden. But Violet Evergarden just inched it out because I thought storyline was great.
Yeah.
I felt like it feels like a beautifully crafted story, whereas I feel like the reason I didn't give it to Place Further Universe was I really had to think this, and it was just I felt with Place Further Universe it was basically I kind of knew where it was going, whereas Violet Evergarden I didn't quite know where it was
All
going.
the standalone episodes were all quite nice, and I think the separation,
There's that nice separation. So whereas Violet Evergarden was whereas Place Further Universe was a character story about 4 or 5 characters. Violet was about so many characters in one space, and it does them all well. Everyone gets a time to shine. It's always brilliant. Reece will probably back me up on this one.
Definitely.
Wait, can I even pick up on Crybaby for Best Original?
Well, it's
Or is it a
definitely
sequel?
no, it's a
It's a
reboot.
reboot.
Oh,
technically,
okay, so it does count, okay.
so I can't count that one, I'm afraid, man.
Oh, can't. In which case, I'll change it to Grand Quest War.
Okay, but I will
I
say
mean,
that.
you're the only person that didn't pick Grand Quest War for a runner-up.
Yeah.
What was it about Grand Quest War then? Did it not really doing much for you at this point?
No, it's just a bit meh.
I must admit, it's not.
It was just a bit by the numbers.
Yeah, but does that being said, it's because but at the same time, I've probably been enjoying it a lot more than say Take-san.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah,
quick question though.
so
With all the character designs, who when they saw it thought Fire Emblem?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it kind of is a bit of Fire Emblem thing.
Well, either Fire Emblem or some other JRPG.
This is Sophia and his girlfriend, Saber. I mean, Satella. Seriously, she looks a lot like Saber at times.
Yeah.
Except Saber is a lot more of a developed character. But Place Further Universe, we all really loved it at the same time.
I was floored by it.
It was phenomenal.
No, we didn't really see it. No one was really promoting it. There's one time I actually promoting an anime at the beginning of the season, and everyone then got on board with it. Most of the time, it's more I've said something I think is going to be really good, and it turns out to not be very good. Yeah. But this season, I actually really got it right. Violet, man, no, it was great. And with Darling in the Franxx, it's been top of our leaderboard most of the way through, so it's obviously been quite interesting. It's been very consistently across the board with us.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing mech series. Right.
Yeah, truly great.
Anime of the season.
So by points, this is.
By points, we give it to Violet Evergarden because Violet Evergarden's in first. Darling with 58. Dylan in the Franxx is second with 57.
Did you just say Dylan in the Franxx?
Dylan in the Franxx.
Diddling in the Franxx.
What do you mean? That's no different.
You don't talk very often, but when you do.
Oh no, this has gone bad.
And then third with Overlord 2.
Overlord 2. Fourth place is Place Further Universe with 29, and fifth was Laid Back Camp. It's weird because 24 points.
Yeah.
I actually, to be honest, I thought I didn't think it was going to be those 5, but I actually thought it was going to be Evergarden, Universe, Franxx, Laid Back Camp, Overlord 2. I did not think Overlord 2 would do as well as it did.
I did. Yeah, I would have thought it would be. I thought it would be Violet, Darling, Place, Overlord. No, Laid Back Camp, Overlord.
I was thinking it would either be Violet or Darling, Place, Laid Back, Overlord.
Do you know what I found weird about Darling in the Franxx? The dub cast, which I haven't actually seen dub, but I do know the woman playing 02 is the same voice as Happy from Fairy Tail.
That'll be weird.
That's why I'm never watching the
Hey,
dub.
Mel, can I have some fish?
Aye, sir. Hi, darling.
We have fun on this show.
But that's another quote we could have for a shirt. Are we?
That's too quotes.
Should we go with the chart, or should we overrule it and say either Darling or Universe or Overlord?
I think Violet's perfect. Violet is my choice.
Yeah, Violet's my choice.
Violet's my choice.
I would prefer Darling in the Franxx because I just love that show, and again,
Should you have a chance for it to be a personal one?
yeah, I'll have it for a chance to be a personal one, but just because, you know, I said it's a likely contender for my favourite anime of all time, but at the same time, so is Violet, so Yeah, I'm happy with Violet.
Let's stick with it. Let's stick with it for now, and I will say that at this point, and all the ones we really like this season, we will consider them for our personal nomination at the end of the year. But man, it's been brilliant. So Anime Amigos, Anime of the Season Winter 2018 is Violet Evergarden.
Everybody, clap your hands!
Was that just checking that's the
Judy Tyson
reference? Yeah.
Clap your hands.
Yeah, I thought you said that was like your favourite scene from it.
It was. Okay.
So,
We've also got Spring. Looking forward to.
Oh yes, so Spring. Let's discuss some of the things we're looking. So Spring's going to have a couple of holdovers from this season.
Darling in the Franxx, Violet Evergarden.
No, technically not Violet Evergarden.
No.
It's only a couple of episodes. We're talking full cores.
Oh right.
That's why we're not also counting Mars Kind Like a Lion.
Yeah.
So we're only counting Grand Crest War and Black Clover and
Darling in the Franxx.
Darling in the Franxx.
Boruto.
Wait, how many episodes of Overlord Season 2 getting? Because
No, Overlord ends next week.
Oh,
But again, I'm not technically counting. We're not going to count things that only had one episode over. We're counting things that have a full core. So those will be our big ones. So are we looking forward to continuing with those series?
Yeah, I am.
I'm really, out of all of them, I think we all agree with Darling in the Franxx is the one I'm most looking forward to continuing with.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not. Grand Crest War could go somewhere amazing, but I'm.
It's already going great.
I'm quite hopeful of it.
Despite the fact the last episode was a recap episode.
Well, I didn't watch that one.
I didn't watch it either. I just saw a recap episode and went, do you know what?
Oh god, it's doing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
I'm very behind Brains.
Don't get restarted on that one.
Yeah, it's like 3 recap episodes in 30 episodes.
Oh my god.
That's 1 every 10 episodes. That's too much.
I'm surprised Black Clover hasn't done one yet.
Yeah.
I'm putting money on either episode.
Trust
I'm putting money on either episode
Yu-Gi-Oh! Has
26
more.
or episode 30 or episode 30. I think one of those will be a recap episode.
What's the latest Black
No, it has had one recap episode. It had that one where we sent the letter back to none.
Oh, I probably didn't watch that.
I'm sorry, but Yu-Gi-Oh! do as many recap episodes as Vanguard have to beach episodes, with aka too many! 1 per season, except for this last one. What?
Okay, let's talk about things we're really looking forward to.
Card Fight Vanguard reboot.
My Hero Academia.
And,
Gundam.
wait, can I just go on about Card Fight Vanguard for a quick second?
Yeah.
I do think that the main reason that GZ was cut short was because of the new Vanguard reboot. But I'm just thinking, why not just save it till later? Why do you have to cut Vanguard GZ short?
Yeah, especially considering that GZ is not, and that it's not as if GZ has to end and then immediately it's going to be the reboot. We got about a month in before we even start that reboot.
Yeah.
It's not as if you.
Not really, because like immediately after Carver Vanguard G Next, GZ came in like a week afterwards.
I'm just going to go to Anime Planet, so I've got all the list of everything that's kind of coming out.
Because I don't know, it really annoys me because I loved GZ. At the beginning, it was my favorite season in Carver Vanguard G. It's not as good as the Link Joker one in the original, but still great. And now it's still become my least favorite in the entire Vanguard series. Just because the second half is incredibly rushed and is over way too quickly. Like, even the ending, it doesn't like have much of a conclusion, it just sort of ends.
Yeah.
Okay, let's discuss some of the things we're really looking. So let's discuss some of the other things we're looking forward to.
My Hero Academia.
Yep. Food Wars.
Season 3 Part 2 is coming back.
Tokyo Ghoul.
It's a thing called Hinamatsuri. I'm not sure. It looked quite interesting, that one. I think we should check that one out.
Because that looked so, Hinamatsuri, looking from the thumbnail that I can see of the picture, looks basically like E.T.
What else is...
in that it's like
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul, that looks quite interesting.
I'm not looking forward to it. I'm reading the manga. I don't want any spoilers to the manga.
Oh, finally, that's coming out.
What?
Lost Song. I've been looking into that thing for months. It looks amazing. It's looking quite interesting. I think that one's going to be one worth watching.
One I've got is that Megalobox, the boxing one.
Oh yeah,
there's a boxing one.
Yeah,
there's a boxing one. So Ren's going to be insisting we watch that.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I went to Ren's first fight to boxing.
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry, over the interim since you've last seen me on here, I did a charity boxing match for Ultra White Collar Boxing, which is really cool. Because all of the process, so it's basically like 8 weeks worth of training, and you get professionally trained by people, and all of the proceeds, so for the people paying tickets to come and see you fight, as well as all of the donations you get for people coming along, goes straight to Cancer Research UK. And thankfully I actually won my fight. The guy who I was fighting against dislocated his shoulder on me, which did hurt, but I won, so.
You know, I seriously, I was there and I was like, what the hell happened there?
And you know what, the reason I actually got into boxing is because I started watching Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah.
And I've read, since watching season 1, and I'm up to date on the anime, I've read every single chapter.
To be fair, Food Wars is one to get me into cooking.
Yeah, and there's 1,100 or more chapters of Hajime no Ippo. I've read every
Food
single
Wars, since it's been called Food Wars Season 3 Part 2, we're counting it as equal.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
I was doing the thing.
New Steins Gate.
New Steins Gate Zero, yes!
Yeah,
That looks
excited for that.
I think our best sequel is going to be very hotly contended, especially considering there's even some that I really like that you guys are not that you guys haven't watched the first season of, like Amatsu, which is an amazing slice of life series. Season 1's 12 episodes.
Okay.
And I hate to say it, but a new high school DxD.
Season 4.
So good. Jesus.
Booster!
Why there's so many seasons of it?
Because people love hentai.
I don't.
Yeah, but then actually watch Boku no Pico.
Do you know what's weird? I had to watch High School DxD a lot. I had to watch a lot of High School DxD for my book. And you know what?
For the book.
For research.
And you know what? It's not that bad.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed the first season.
I enjoyed the first season, but I don't know, second season there was
It
a
is
lot
kind of being a dead horse.
There was a lot. There was
choice of words.
There was a lot of tits and.
Maybe season 4 will be amazing. Who knows? If I'm going to watch it, I'm going to watch it on Funimation because it will be. I've watched it in dub up to this point. What else?
Full Metal Panic.
New Full Metal Panic. I haven't watched Full Metal Panic yet.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
So you're going to be considering that one.
Yeah.
One reboot that not many people are talking about, but is another adaptation based on a Go in the Guy work who did Devilman. Cutie Honey Universe. I'm looking forward to that.
What's that one about?
It's basically about a transforming magical girl that's also an android kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I promise you, it's really good. Not many. A new Beyblade as well. Beyblade Burst.
Oh my god.
A new Dungeon Masters. A Duel Master.
Goblin Slayer as well. Are we getting that?
I should point out, Cardfight Vanguard 2018 is on Anime Planet.
It's just not on my anime list.
Comic Girls. That looks quite interesting. It's a slice of life about female manga creators.
Oh, that would be checking that one out. Sword Art Online.
Oh shit!
Sword Art Online. Gun-Gale.
The synopsis looks quite good though for that one. I don't want that going to my biggest disappointment.
The original I'm looking forward to most actually is Persona 5.
Persona 5,
yes.
I've been playing the game non-stop.
Religiously.
By the way, when you get the chance, please let me borrow it.
I will let you borrow it as soon as I've done my first playthrough, I promise you that much.
Thank you, because seriously, I let Ren borrow my Bloodborne, he gave it back, and...
we've got the Game of the Year edition ourselves. So.
Yeah, so...
I just bought it for him.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say now, by the way, Skype me when you get onto Orphan of Cause.
Yeah,
I want to see you raid.
Once I've got into the DLC, I'll let you know.
There's a Professor Layton spin-off as well coming out. Layton Mystery Journey, Cachelia, and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. Is that an original or a sequel? We're going to say that's original. There's not. There's no Layton anime. It's only a sequel to the games. I'm going to count that one.
There's one called Devil's Line.
Let me check that
which
one.
It's like a vampire one. From the poster, it looks kind of dark.
Yeah, that's going to. I believe that's going to High Dive. I believe.
There's a similar MMO Junkie one, isn't there?
Yeah, there's two actually that look like they're going to be like an junkie. There's one that's that office romance.
Wataku ni Koi wa Muzikashi.
That's another A1 Pictures production.
There are two Meiho Shoujo ones. Meiho Shoujo site and then Meiho Shoujo.
Yeah, there's that one just premiered on Sunday actually. That looks really weird. I'm not going to bother with that one.
Oh, there's a music one. Piano no
Mori. Do you know what's amazing? That's based on a manga that's been going for nearly 20 years.
Yeah, you mentioned that one.
And yeah, this has had virtually no talking about it. I'm very surprised it's not. That one looks like that one looks really good. I would seriously recommend you guys to check that one out. Real Girl looks quite interesting. It's another one going to High Dive.
One that I don't think is gonna be too good is Doeku the animation. It's like one where you play a game and where you try to convince someone else to be a slave.
There's another one. It's a romance story and it's going to be a very original. And it's apparently an original one. It's done by a studio called Dago Kobo, and it's called Tadakun wa Ko wo Shinai. it sounds like it'd be quite interesting because original stories, these sort of stories tend to work better when they're original stories and the creators have complete control over them. So I would say that one's one to watch out for.
Just reading one now called Hinamatsuri, which sounds like a kind of bit of a Alison Zoroku thing. So a member of the Yakuza finds a strange young girl with psychic supernatural powers, but if she doesn't use her, so obviously he thinks he can use it for Yakuza gain, but if she fails to use her powers for a long enough time, then she goes berserk and risks killing everyone around her. So that sounds a little bit interesting. I don't know whether that will be.
One that sounds interesting is one called Shinki Pandora.
Okay, what's that?
I've heard about that.
Oh,
It's sort of like from what it seems sort of like it's a futuristic one. Like something like biological evolution, fighting a war, like humans and AI, from what it seems like.
Talking of football anime as well.
And
Izumi 11.
And Lupin.
That's been out for a while, hasn't it?
It is Izumi 11.
Yeah, Izumi 11's been out for a while. They've even had some games on that.
We're also getting a new Lupin the Third series as well.
Lupin the Third Part 5.
Travelling to France.
I'm quite excited for that one.
I've never seen Lupin, but it's so iconic.
It's so episodic with every season.
Oh, new Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
New Fist of the North Star.
I'm excited for that.
How many episodes are in the original?
Hundreds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it like 70 or something?
There's a lot.
There's a lot of
Okay, no, I'm not catching up on that. I've never seen Fist of the North Star.
I think it's a re-release. It's called Regenesis. Yeah, that's another re.
The only one which I'm fairly certain we're not going to be able to watch because of Netflix is Junsinki Pandora. Netflix have got the license to that one.
Ah, damn it.
Aikatsu Friends. I'm not even going to look it up.
One that's another like another sort of an online
That's
digital.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that looks weird.
Another one that's sort of an online digital thing is called Caligula.
Caligula. I haven't seen that.
Real Girl is going to be the one that will convince me to go back to High Dive because High Dive is not giving me enough of a reason to keep my subscription this season. But I am.
Yeah, I have really enough. I haven't really been watching much on High Dive. It's not been much to interest me.
Not much really interested me this season. I gave up on on a lot, but I'm going back to High Dive this season, and I will watch Real Girl because that looks like if it's not good, it'll at least be interesting or slightly funny.
Reading some of these synopses is just so odd.
However, one you might like is there seems to be another football one called Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah, that's a sequel. I haven't seen the first season yet. But man, is it looking like spring's going to be a good season. But my big worry is, are we going to really get so caught up in the sequels we forget about the originals?
I think that's probably going to happen.
I think a sequel will be our animated season.
Especially considering with My Hero Academia and Tokyo Ghoul, I feel like that is a very high possibility.
I think there's a very high possibility we'll get My Hero Academia season 3 though, probably going to be our top recommendation.
Yes.
Either that or Tokyo Ghoul, yeah.
And it starts. What are you guys looking forward to Tokyo Ghoul, Reed?
I would say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm reading the manga and I'm gonna get spoilers for the manga.
Do you know what? No anime next season do I want to win me over more than Tokyo Ghoul Reed.
Especially considering these.
I hate the second season. I want the second season.
You know what? From what I've seen, what I've read in the manga so far, it's pretty good. Like spoilers by the way, Kaneki still become a human, and he's sort of fighting between his human and his ghoul side.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because in the first season he kind of embraced his ghouls. But the weird thing
is,
is,
but it's sort of like he's taking a different mindset, and sort of like his ghoul side and his human side are both different entities.
Which is great because that was what I loved about the first season. I'm glad they're going back to that. You guys, have you watched Tokyo Ghoul?
I've read a few chapters of the manga.
I'll catch you up as we're watching it.
Okay.
It's a bit hard now because we both live in the same place, so it's very.
I would recommend Tokyo Ghoul. Probably more the manga than the anime.
Yeah, no, I would definitely say someone who's done both, I would definitely say the manga just does it slightly better. But that being said, the anime is a very valiant attempt. Its biggest problem though, it tries to take too much in too short time. Yeah. Reece, what about what's the big thing what's the big thing that you think is going to be really great next season?
Gundam.
Yes, obviously.
Apart from Gundam.
Gundam. That is the only answer you need from me.
And it's an original.
What about Full Metal Panic?
Yeah, that's going to be good. That's
Can we
season
make it-
4.
Can we make a deal that we all watch Gundam Build fight?
I want to watch
It's
it.
already going to be on my list.
Yeah.
It's already on my list.
It's not Gundam Build fights. That's already
No,
been
it's
done.
Build Divers.
Okay, so we're all agreed. We're all watching Gundam Build Dive.
I think I might have asked you this before, but do I have to watch any of the previous ones?
No.
Own universe.
Yeah.
Own universe.
So, and
I mean, like any of the previous guys.
but the weird thing,
No.
no, it's from what I'm gathering. And that being said, having finished Iron Blooded Orphans and how amazing it ends,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that this will be better than Iron Blooded Orphans. I don't.
Oh,
but-
it won't be.
oh no! Iron Blooded Orphans now is my favourite Gundam series.
Yeah, it's mine as well.
It's
It's so good.
It did
It's
win
on-
best slice of life.
It's
Yeah.
on my list.
But I will say I've almost finished writing the chapter in my book on Iron Blooded Orphans, and it's very hard to talk about the characters and the moments because you don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
So like I just have to, the only characters I really go into much detail on are Kodalia, Mikazuki, and Orga. I try to go in a bit of detail with McGillis and how he's basically the most fucked up character in that show.
Yeah.
But it's basically, how do you get that across without? I just basically say, let's just say it goes a bit dark between him and his wife.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it for this one. At this point, let's ask what will be what's going to be your personal nomination at the end of the year at this point? Because at the minute, I think yours will be a place further in the universe.
Yeah, a place further than the universe.
Mine is Darling in the Franxx.
I go Violet then.
But Violet's already got a nomination.
It's
yeah.
personal.
Good point. Yeah, probably Everlord.
I'm going to go for a place further in the universe at this point, but I'm reserving the right to change that to Darling in the Franxx if it gets amazing in the second half, like I reckon it will. But as I say, we've got a whole year. We're going to have a lot more anime.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of character development in Darling in the Franxx.
But
So I'm
actually-
sure it will result.
All I would say is write these ones down.
Yeah.
Write down all the ones you really like that you to consider at the end of the year, and also write down the ones you really like before we do our fall vlog, and sort of all of them about before we do that, and then we can pick a good one.
I mean, in all honesty, of all of the anime we've discussed today, the top 5 that you really should watch.
Violet Evergarden,
Layback Camp, Place Further Than the Universe, Overlord 2, and what was it called?
Darling in the
Darling in
Franxx.
the Franxx.
which are all phenomenal
Just
series.
brilliant, and real contenders for anime of the year.
We could do an anime of the year list with those 5
Yeah.
at this point in time. That's how good they are.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think this season is going to be very difficult to beat when it comes to originals.
I'm looking forward to
When it comes to originals, I think as a season as a whole, it's going to get beaten by Spring. Summer, I'm not so sure about. Summer looks like it'll be the summer of sports anime.
Yeah.
At this point, there's so many sports anime coming in the
Yeah,
summer.
however, some of those
Including badminton and beach volleyball.
in summer there's going to be One Punch Man.
Is it confirmed for summer?
Yeah, what? I think it is.
Let me check.
I thought someone said it was confirmed for summer.
Sword Art Online Season 3 is confirmed for fall.
Damn, I thought you were going to say never.
Been cancelled.
It was cancelled for all summer, Dave.
No, but I'll tell you what is coming in. Summer. Fooly Cooly. It's just been announced. Alternative Progressive.
Yeah. Has it been confirmed when One Punch Man's out?
I'm just checking. Well, it's not been. Well, as far as I can see, it's not confirmed for summer. Although one that's coming in fall, Ace Attorney Season 2.
Didn't see season 1. This was episode 1 of season 1.
That should be cool. I enjoyed the first season.
Oh my god, we've already got announcements for winter 2019.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Seriously, I spoiled that.
Oh my god.
I spoiled a couple. They've just said that they're going to be. But mind you, Lost Song's been so on the cards for so long, and I'm amazed it's finally getting its release now. I've been wanting to see that for ages because I like the look of the poster and the premise sounded like something I'd enjoy. No, nothing so far, but I was glad Vinland Saga's anime's been announced recently. It's a Viking anime.
Yes.
Get a monomarth to do the opening. OP.
Just I don't know, Twilight of the Thunder God.
Tatabadas and Bloody Flows.
Guardians of Asgard.
Yeah, just open Guardians of Asgard. I'm still pressing with my screaming, by the way.
Okay, so we'll see you next time. Next time we're going to be doing something a little interesting. We're going to be talking a bit about Ready Player One.
Yeah. By the way, you say you and Ren are gonna do like a Calvin Ren review for that, are you?
Well, we changed our mind on that one. We decided we do a mini review for it. We'll quickly talk about our thoughts on it, and we'll discuss all the anime references we can spot in it.
Because I was gonna say if you were gonna do it, add me in.
No, we said if we're adding you in, we'll add Reece in as well. So we're going to do a little we're going to go a bit off topic and do a mini review of Ready Player One.
You would like the book, by the way. There are quite a few references to mecha anime. There's actually quite a lot of mechs in there.
Yeah, I've seen.
Well, Gundam's on the poster.
Iron Giant is pretty.
Yeah. Iron Giant versus the.
There's actually
No.
There's actually like a Spider-Man mech in it.
Yeah,
Iron
Leopardon.
Yeah.
Iron
It's from the 70s.
Iron Giant versus the RX-78. Come on!
And as always,
and we'll discuss who we would be in Ready Player One.
You can follow us all on Stardust and Twitter as well.
Yes, we'll give our early spring recommendations.
And whenever we do Stardust like on weekly anime as well. So,
I've been very bad with it lately. Like I watched Red Sparrow like a couple weeks ago. I didn't do anything on that.
Oh, how is Red Sparrow anyway?
I thought it was alright. It did feel like it dragged on for a bit, but I thought it was okay for the most part.
But we're also, since it's going to be a year of all four of us teaming up,
we're going to be doing a bit of a celebration for that?
we're going to be doing a little bit of one where we're going to each sort of... I think we're going to do a little mini celebration about it, which is... I'm not decided yet, but I'm getting around to it.
Okay.
So we're a little mini so we're going to be three sort of mini subjects: our early spring recommendations, our little how much role anime's played in Ready Player One, and we'll also be discussing we'll also be doing a little mini celebration of all four of us being together for a year. But thanks anyway for viewing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Violet Evergarden's the first of our 8 anime to be nominated for Anime of the Year.
Do you agree with our choices? If not, screw you, but still say in the comments below
what you thought our anime of the season.
Yeah,
feel free to come for me. I will verbally fight you.
And don't forget to subscribe as well.
Subscribe. Yeah, and of course, look at the description because it's got all our Twitter handles and our Stardust handles because we're going to be doing Stardust because we're going to be doing Stardust reactions to all the new anime that we watch.
We love you, Stardust.
Yes,
even though Literary Carpet Vanguard, they're still on episode 16. They haven't updated since.
Yeah, they're not always the best at updating.
Anime, yeah.
Which is fair because they've got a lot to.
We are really the only ones doing anime on Stardust at the minute. We need to.
There are a couple more.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that we're kind of carving our niche.
We've got a monopoly on the market.
Thanks for watching.
Subscribe for Riku.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
That went well.